Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a powerful blueprint designed to help you take absolute control of your financial life. We're going to show you exactly how to stop being a passive spender and start being an active, intentional builder of your own success.
So let's jump right in with the really big idea from our source material. What if all that chaos in your finances, all that stress, what if it's not actually about how much you earn, but how you organize it? You see, the truth is, most people don't fail because they're bad with money. They fail because they just don't have a system. And that's exactly what we're going to build today. I mean, this quote from Ben Franklin just nails it, doesn't it? It's all about those small, untracked expenses. You know the ones, the daily coffee, that subscription you forgot about, the little impulse buy on Amazon. According to our source, these are the tiny leaks that, over time, can literally sink your entire financial future if you're not paying attention.
So here's how we're going to break it all down for you. First, we'll talk about why financial chaos is actually a choice. Then we'll get into the nuts and bolts of the 4-bucket blueprint. After that, we'll cover how to master your own financial mindset. And finally, we'll build the discipline engine that makes it all work. Okay, first things first. Chaos is a choice. Now, the source material argues that thinking, if I just made more money, all my problems would disappear is a really dangerous trap, because without a system in place, more income just fuels more reckless spending. It's like pouring water into a leaky bucket. So here's the crucial mental shift you have to make. You have to stop seeing your bank account as one big, giant pool of money that's just there for the taking. That's a reactive way to live. Instead, you've got to get proactive. You have to give every single dollar a mission, a specific job to do. Think of yourself as the general, and your money is your army. You have to command it. And that leads us right to the heart of this whole thing, the 4-bucket blueprint. This is a dead simple method for dividing up your income into 4 very distinct parts. Now, the source presents this not as a friendly suggestion, but as a fundamental, non-negotiable strategy for anyone who is serious about building a secure future. And these are the 4 buckets. They're specifically designed to bring order to your finances. What they do is create a really clear, intentional balance between what you need right now to survive and what you need for your long-term prosperity. So let's break down what goes where. Your obligations bucket, that's for survival and security. Think rent, debt payments, groceries. Then you've got your savings bucket, which is for planned short-term goals, like a vacation or a new laptop. Third, you have luxuries. This is for guilt-free fun, but, and this is key, only after the other buckets are taken care of. And finally, investments. This is the real magic bucket. This is the money you send out into the world to work for you, to literally buy your freedom down the road. Now let's be realistic. What if your obligations bucket is just massive right now because of debt? Well, the system is flexible. You might need to temporarily cut way back on luxuries and investments to just aggressively attack that debt. The key is to not see this as a failure. It's a temporary strategic move. You let that imbalance drive you to clear the debt so you can get back to building your future. But here's the thing. Having a great system isn't enough on its own. And that brings us to our third section, mastering your financial mind. Because as the source points out, personal finance is maybe 20% knowledge. The other 80%, it's all about your behavior. It's the inner game. This quote from Warren Buffett captures a mindset shift that is, well, it's absolutely revolutionary for most people. You have to pay yourself first. The source material basically treats this as a golden rule of building wealth, and you ignore it at your own risk. And this slide shows you the difference perfectly. The amateur mindset hopes there's some money left over at the end of the month for savings. It's an afterthought. But the professional mindset, it flips the whole equation. It treats savings as the first, most important bill you have to pay. You set that money aside first, and then you figure out how to live on the rest. It's a small change on paper, but in practice, it changes everything. All right, here comes a dose of hard truth from the source material. You're probably not failing with money because of math. You're failing because of psychology. So often, we spend money to fill some kind of emotional void. We're bored, we're stressed, we want that little dopamine hit. And trust me, entire industries are built on knowing exactly how to exploit that feeling. So how do you fight back? The source offers a super simple but incredibly powerful tool, the 24-hour rule. Think of this mandatory pause as a circuit breaker for your emotions. It gives that initial intense rush of, I have to have this now, time to fade. By the next day, you can look at the purchase with a clear, logical head, and you know what? A lot of the time, that burning desire is just gone.
All right, our final section. This is all about how to make these ideas stick for the long haul. It's time to build your discipline engine. These are the practical, repeatable habits that turn this whole blueprint from a nice idea into your actual reality.
Habit number 1 is daily expense tracking. The source is adamant about this. You cannot manage what you do not measure. And it specifically recommends doing this manually, with a notebook or a simple app, not with something that auto-syncs. Why? That little bit of friction, the act of physically writing it down, forces your brain to actually acknowledge the transaction. It makes you conscious of where every dollar is going. The next habit is a weekly 10-minute audit. Just 10 minutes once a week. That's all it takes to make quick course corrections. You sit down and ask yourself these 3 brutally honest questions. And that third one, was this justified or could I have lived without it? That's the one that forces you to be radically honest with yourself about your needs versus your wants.
This brings us to the final and honestly the most powerful habit of them all, automation. You just can't rely on willpower. It's a limited resource, and it will fail you when you're tired, stressed, or just having a bad day. The only way to guarantee you're building wealth is to build a machine that does it for you.
And this is exactly how that machine works in practice. You set this up once. The day your paycheck hits your account, boom, money is automatically transferred to your savings and investment accounts. Boom, your bills are automatically paid. And whatever is left, that's yours to spend, totally guilt-free. The system works for you no matter what your mood is.
So there you have it, the complete blueprint. This puts you, not your emotions, not your impulses, in the driver's seat of your financial life. The system is clear, it's proven, and it absolutely works. The only thing standing between you and financial freedom now is execution. So the only real question left is this: will you start today?